When you've been through hell, leave sparks of fire wherever you go. Welcome to the Inspire Fire podcast with author Winslow E. Dixon.
Hello, and welcome to the Inspire Fire podcast with author Winslow E. Dixon. Today we're going to be discussing the secrets of letting go. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story, not to whine, but so you understand that I understand what you're going through. So if you're listening to this, you've probably had to let a lot of things go. And I'm here to tell you that it's a difficult process, but it's completely possible. In my life, I've unfortunately had to let a lot of things go. Due to my health, I lost my career, my ability to have children, and pretty much my life. And also recently, I lost the person that I thought I was going to spend my entire life with. So, upon discovering the tools to let go, I wanted to help others with the secrets that I've discovered. And the first step to letting go really is acknowledging what's going on. When you have to let go of things, there tends to be a possibility of you trying to hold on to the past. You trying to hold on to those ideals, those thoughts, those people that you held so dear. And sometimes that can be more harmful than good. It's good to have a plan, but when those plans fall apart, if you are still holding on to them, it can be very detrimental to your healing. So the first thing in order to let go is to truly accept the reality that is. In my own personal life, I have to accept that I'm no longer running the retirement home. I'm no longer the quaint size 8 that I was. I'm no longer the person that I was before I got my illness. I am the same person at my core with my values, but I had to really reevaluate who I was as a person. And when you are able to see who you truly are outside of any extra circumstances, outside of the things that are external, if you're truly able to be introspective and to look into yourself and see who you are, that's when your healing can begin. So really, I want you to evaluate who you are outside of what you can do, outside of your career, outside of your skills, outside of what you do for other people. Who are you at the core of your being? Are you kind to people? What are your thoughts towards yourself? Are you a negative person? Are you a positive person? It takes these evaluations to truly start the healing process. Because when you're not friends with the person inside you, when you're not friends with your own soul, when your own soul is beating you up, when you have a negative voice inside your own head, it really inhibits your healing. And then when external circumstances come, say there's a situation that happens where a family member abandons you or somebody you love leaves or there's a breakup or something like that, then you're going to compound those issues because you already don't have confidence in yourself. And then when this person leaves or these circumstances happen, then you're going to just let it dogpile and it's going to be a severely negative thing. So let me just encourage you that the first thing you can do to let go is become friends with yourself. Become friends with all parts of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. Become friends with who you are. And when it comes to letting people go, I'm going to tell you the secret that has helped me heal more than anything. When I realized that true love is letting someone go. True love is letting someone go and live the life that they want to live, regardless of whether you're in it or not. When the person that I love left, it devastated me because I thought this person was going to be there every day of my life, and then suddenly they weren't in my life at all. And it took a lot of evaluation and it took a lot of acceptance. But I saw how his life was without me. He has since gotten a new career. He's doing very well for himself. And I realized that he escaped things that I never could. He escaped things that I wouldn't even want him exposed to. When you have a chronic illness, when you're sick, it's doctor visits, surgeries, hospitals. Life is not easy. And he was able to escape that. By leaving me behind, he got to escape the things that I never will. He got to escape the long nights of pain, the medications, the multiple surgeries, the doctor visits, the physical therapy appointments, watching the decline of a loved one. He doesn't have to see anymore. And so the best thing that I ever did for him was to let him go. And that doesn't mean that the love that we had never existed. It means I love him enough to let him go. I love him enough to go get a better life. I love him enough to let him escape the dark things that I can't. And so when you realize that letting go is an act of love, it becomes easier, because even though you miss them and there's a huge deficit, they're happy. And sometimes people are truly better off with other people, and apparently that was the case for him. Without me, he has become a corrections officer, and he's doing very well for himself, and all I ever wanted for him was happiness. So if you're trying to let someone go, let me just encourage you that that is an act of love. It doesn't mean that that love never existed. It just means that you have true love for them in your heart enough to give them what they want. Even though it makes you sad, even though it makes you miserable, even though you want them back in your life, the fact that you see that what they wanted was more important is an act of love. So give yourself some credit to that you can see them be happy. And that's true love right there. And other things we could do to let go is we have to let go of expectations. We have to let go of what we think should be. Because when you have things in your mind and in your heart that you think, oh, life should be this way and I should have X, Y, and Z and this is the life that I want, you tend to have a hard time facing your reality when you have these expectations in your mind. You have to let go of those expectations, both in people, in your personal circumstances. You have to let go. There's this concept of true acceptance, where I'm not saying you don't try to, make the life that you want and you don't try to reach your goals. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that sometimes there are parameters in life that you have to deal with, whether it's an illness, whether it's familial situations, financial situations, geographical issues, socioeconomic, anything like that. Everybody has mountains in their life that they have to climb. And so when you have these unrealistic expectations, you tend to harm yourself. It's good to have goals. It's good to have, things that you want to work towards. It's good to have accomplishments. But when you let those big dreams and those accomplishments overshadow your small victories, you truly inhibit the happiness that you could have in life. I want all of us to start focusing on what we do have instead of what we don't. I want us to focus on who we are, not what we're not. Because those times that we're so overwhelmed because we think life should be a different way, we really harm ourselves. And so letting go of those expectations, letting go of those people, letting go of personal negativity is so important and so vital to living a happy life, to having a good existence. Things are not going to be 100%. Things are not going to be perfect. But when we learn to accept those things in our life, and when we learn to let go of all the negativity and all the bad things in the past, that's when we can truly hone in on the future. There is a power in the word yet. You might not be where you want to be yet. You might not have what you want to have yet. You might not be with who you want to be with yet. But I want you to focus on the power of that word, yet. You can work towards anything. And it might not be perfect. Like I said, everybody has mountains that they have to climb. But the fact that you're trying and doing those things, you should absolutely give yourself a break. And when it comes to letting go, it's not going to be an overnight process. It's going to be very difficult, and there are going to be some moments that absolutely break you. You're going to miss those people so much that you feel like you can't go on. You're going to miss the life that you had. You're going to have a deficit somewhere in your life. That's just the way that the world is. But when we learn to fill those absences instead of feeling those absences, that is when we can begin to heal. You can become a better person. You can become something more than what you are. But in the meantime, accept yourself for who you are and work towards your goals. Letting go isn't easy, but it is possible. So again, let go of the people, let go of the past, and let go of the personal negativity. Because your past is only baggage if you choose to carry it around. So don't choose to carry it around. Wake up tomorrow morning and don't pick up the baggage. Just let it go. And I thank you for listening. This has been the Inspire Fire podcast with author Winslow E. Dixon.